The local government likes to talk a lot about Dustin Kavanaugh wiretapping. The problem is, he's not wiretapping. You know who is? Them, and in this video I will show you how they do it in an easy to understand way. Today we start with a public record request for a phone call made from one Officer Goggin from the same number listed on the city's Trices Replay TR1 trunk recording system. Towards the end of this video I will explain how the city of Hagerstown's recording system unlawfully intercepts wire communications without consent of all parties to that communication and when and how this unlawful acquisition of the contents of a wire communication between the point of origin and point of reception is achieved. Without further ado, here are the documents. First up we have the email Dustin Kavanaugh sent to the city requesting this phone call, which is a public record if it exists on their end and the requesting party was a party to said communication. I will then offer the response to this request. Notice here that the number Officer Goggin called from matches the number listed as being hooked to the replay call recording system. Here you can see that Dustin's request was denied with the response from the city of Hagerstown of "I am denying your request pursuant to General Provisions 4301, other source of law, in particular, Maryland Code, Courts and Judicial Proceedings Article 10401 ETSEQ, prohibiting disclosure of wire, oral or electronic communications." But is this really true? Let's see for ourselves. According to 10402a, except as otherwise specifically provided in this subtitle, it is unlawful for any person to willfully disclose, or endeavor to disclose, to any other person the contents of any wire, oral, or electronic communication, knowing or having reason to know that the information was obtained through the interception of a wire, oral, or electronic communication in violation of this subtitle. So, as we can see, in order for the disclosure to be unlawful it must be intercepted. In violation of 10402. If the city intercepted the communication lawfully, then they can disclose it lawfully according to the Maryland Stored Communications Act. This act will be explained at a later date, but the point is they even admit themselves through implication that they unlawfully intercepted the communication because they won't disclose the communication. If they intercepted the wire communication lawfully, then it wouldn't be unlawful to disclose the communication. The city never notified Dustin that the city was eavesdropping on Dustin and Officer Goggin's phone call, and apparently Officer Goggin didn't know either, as can be shown in this image. The city clearly intercepted the wire communication of Dustin and Officer Goggin without the consent of either party. To further support this argument, let us utilize a resource they did not consider when they then proceeded to try and throw Dustin under the bus. Look at this archived version of the city website dated February of 2017 on the left. Now look on the right at the same location on the archived version of the city website in April of 2017, the same month this record's request was responded to and denied so conveniently. Oh yeah, Dustin was also first handed his wiretapping charges on March 30, 2017, which is obviously going right into April. 5 years per charge. At the same time all of this was going on, Dustin was evicted on April 3, the day after his birthday. They then proceeded to continue this abuse of judicial process and malicious prosecution against Dustin Kavanaugh to this date, which is nearly the year 2019. They are relentless in their endeavor to shut Dustin up and make him disappear.
me seriously when this is done, because what you did was not okay.